A tree is a tree data structure used to store strings. They're useful when you need to search by prefixes like autocomplete, spell check, dictionaries, and search suggestions. In this video, I'll show you three things: how a trie is created, how search works, and how startsWith works. First, every trie starts with a root node. Each node has an array of children, and in this example we use 26 children because we are storing lowercase English letters from A to Z. Each node also has a boolean called isEndOfWord. This tells us whether the current node represents the end of a complete word. Now let's insert the word apple. We start at the root. For each character, we check if that child already exists. If it does not exist, we create a new node. Then we move our current pointer to that child, so apple becomes root apple. Once we reach the final E, we marked isEndOfWord as true. That means apple is now stored in the trie. Now let's search for apple. Search starts at the root and follows each character in the word. If any character path is missing, we return false. For apple, the full path exists apple. Then we check the final node. Since E is marked as the end of a word, search apple returns true. Now let's search for app. The path app exists, but that second P is not marked as the end of a word yet, so search app returns false. Recognize this is the case because a prefix alone does not mean it is a complete word. The startsWith function works differently. startsWith only checks if the path exists. So if we call startsWith app, we follow app. That path exists, so startsWith returns true. It does not care whether the last node is marked as the end of a word. That is the main difference. Search checks for a complete word, startsWith checks for a prefix. So to recap, a trie stores words by sharing prefixes. Insert creates missing nodes and marks the final letter as the end of a word. Search follows a path and only returns true if the last node is marked as a complete word. And finally, startsWith only checks whether the prefix path itself exists.